All right. Good afternoon. So, yeah, a year ago, I was in the IATA WPS in Bangkok, and I was much more reflecting on the journey ahead in terms of the retail transformation. And today, a year after, I think it's important as well to say what we have done during the year and what is really the concrete progress that we have made, not only in Amadeus as well, hopefully as an industry. And I will be talking about that progress for the first couple of minutes, and then I turn to Antti, who voluntarily joined me today. Yeah. Thank you, Antti, for joining me.
Thank you, Maher. Thank you. This is a really interesting session to have and to show what we are doing together.
Absolutely. I think we cannot have better than Finnair, who's been forward-thinking and innovative into this journey to give testimonials about what we have done over the last 2 or 3 years now.
Yep.
In the program. Okay, very good. So, and before that, I have a 2-minute video to show what does it mean, this journey for the airlines and the travelers. So let's start with that, and I hope it's going to work. Okay, maybe another click. Yeah.
For today's travelers, experience is everything. And every trip is an opportunity to impress by anticipating traveler needs and tailoring their entire journey. So, how will you transform retailing? Build compelling offers at scale that inspire travelers. Use dynamic pricing to match demand in real time. Optimize and customize the booking process end to end. Offer the services travelers need when they need them. With one-click checkouts, even for third-party products. Empower travelers to self-serve on any change they want, on any touchpoint, anytime. Remove stress and friction with automated check-in, using just one unique journey code. Manage disruption with real-time insights and AI. Create memorable journeys and turn travelers into brand advocates. Make smarter commercial decisions with analytics and AI and grow revenue. Traveler-centric retailing is already a reality. The solution is here. It's cloud native, open, and modular. Amadeus Nevio. Become the retailer you want to be. Drive your retailing transformation with freedom and flexibility. It's your world. Transform it.
Okay, so taking it from the transformation is a reality, and I believe it is. As an industry, we all made very good progress and important headways in the transformation journey. First of all, from a standards perspective, standards continue to evolve. We have the retailer supplier. We're making as well working progress with many of the remaining one. For example, offer order interoperability, it's starting. I see as well the vision is getting refined. When you think about what is the future of delivery management, customer centricity and customer experience. And of course, more important is having more airlines coming into the transformation and to the programs. Earlier this year, we have announced Air France-KLM as the airline joining us into the program of Nevio. And of course, we made that announcement with focus on the element of modularity as Air France committed to the order management, product catalog, and stock keeper. Along with that, we have made significant progress with British Airways, with Saudia, and Finnair here. So with Finnair, we were able to make concrete progress in the way that we have created first into the industry by creating the first native orders live on Finnair.com. And only 2 or 3 months ago, we have made another first with being able to sell ancillary bundles or ancillary combos to make them live as well with Finnair. And as you can see here on the slide as well, compared to a year ago, the number of millions of orders that we put in production is actually as well increasing. From investment perspective, we continue to scale. Today we have more than 1,000 experts and growing are that dedicated to the Navy program. This is about creating a new IP, new features and new capabilities on the way. But as well, we have been scaling our implementation and delivery team. For many of you who knows Amadeus and history, we have been able to manage multiple implementation and multiple deliveries in parallel, and we have the experience and the machine for it. So all of this is great. That's what we have been doing over a year now. And one of the things that is important is what the airlines has told us a year ago and what we have observed, which is absolutely true. When you talk about the transformation journey, you talk about a business transformation that requires a lot of focus, that requires a lot of dedication and requires time. Not as an industry and as well for the airline who committing to the program. The other thing that as well we have learned firsthand is the fact that there are different business priorities and needs that are each airline depending on their business model and depending on their strategy. And which lead as well to different paths to offer and orders, to different approaches. We have seen airlines who are much more interested into embarking with the offer price optimization at the first, others looking much more from starting with the order management and product catalog. We have seen airlines who are approaching this much more from a full stack perspective, so a comprehensive approach, versus going with, for example, a best of breed, or going into implementation this into multiple phases. All of this will require fundamental principles into the transformation, which are the flexibility, being able to have strong enablers for the transition between the old and the new, and as well, the key word that all we are repeating today is modularity. And on modularity, here what you see on the slide here is a very important statement from Stefan Valovermeer from Air France KLM, when I sat with him earlier in the year to announce our Navy partnership. He said, how much, the key things was for them is the element of modularity to ensure this transformation. So that's pretty much in a couple of minutes summarizing a bit, the key takeaways from last year in Bangkok till today here. And now I turn to you, Antti, to our fireside chat. So people hear from you directly, not from me.
Yeah.
And go basically to my first questions. We have announced the first in the industry in terms of the first native orders, the first ancillaries, bundles that we have made available for the industry. So maybe, when you look at Finnair, you have been innovative, you have been forward-thinking with many initiatives. You have done that as well on the NDC journey. And today, you have been our partner since the beginning into the Navy program. So maybe, Antti, the first question is, how do you feel about the collaboration so far? What is, the journey? And maybe any reflection you can put on that one.
Thanks, Maher. And for us, of course, really exciting times now implementing these solutions in the production that we really have there on our direct digital channels for sale to our customers. Finnair is now 102 years old airline since early November this year. And I think for us, this transformation is important because we want to be here for another 100 years. And we have to move quickly. We realize that how the world is changing, how the customers are changing, that we have to take those first steps. And because we have our trusted partner, we can develop these things together. This transformation for us, like having the meaning of this transformation internally, I think that was the easy part, and we understand the value. We see the value in the what we call the early deliverables when we are fine-tuning the offer creation as far as you can, basically even with the existing framework, dynamic continuous pricing being one excellent thing with the airfares and the ancillaries. We are getting about 4% incremental revenues out of that one on the applicable shopping sessions. They are working very well. Then we have taken the next step where you have to put that Ferrari engine not into the Trabant, but something else, or open the hood, wait for a while, and now we actually have things that we have out for the customer, really with the new compos, those Seat Plus Wi-Fi, which are native order, which is finally something as an airline, first time in 100 years, I have my own product, in my own product catalog, with my own price, that I don't have to ask anyone what is the cost of my product. So it's a huge transformation, even though, of course, the volume still is slow, but it's a big thing. These are really foundational topics that are happening now.
Yeah, and you told me earlier that you know how now, thanks to the bundle, you have a very much higher uptake in the Wi-Fi when we come in with the seating.
Exactly. And we see it working with that when we can somehow unconstrain our thinking that how do you sell these things to your customers, that we are not pricing our products towards the other airlines. We are working for the benefit of the customer, offering them choice, and now having that capability really to think like a real retailer, not worry about are our systems capable of doing it, because we can trust that now during this transformation we will unlock those capabilities and we can think like a real retailer. So that is the huge change for us.
Excellent. And so let's go back to this two industry first, right?
Yeah.
So the first native orders was implemented in May.
Yeah.
The ancillary bundles was implemented in September.
Yeah.
Right. And so those achievements, I mean, we talked about the benefits, for the travelers.
Yeah.
Why they are important for Finnair, strategic vision and for the traveler experience.
So I think there is the two aspects to that. One is really the technology transformation to ensure, like said, our commercial thinking that we can change how we work, we can change how we think about this business, how we can change our idea of the value creation towards the customer. At the same time, of course, the technology transformation being also critical, not only for the value creation in the sense of money, but that we can start building the new end-to-end customer journey processes around the orders. We can think about how we will streamline both the internal processes, but also bring the customer convenience in the end out when you have everything in single record. You can have a shopping basket open for the customer. You can handle disruptions in the future very differently and start to turn yourself around all your processes to this new world. And I think that's really where the value comes. And some of these changes you have to do, it might be difficult to do the pure business case, but it's better than the old one. So for me, it's obvious you should do it.
Okay, very good. And so those accomplishments are creating positive impact, as you said, in the market, etc. But when you look at it from how your key stakeholders, from an airline perspective, are reacting to this, and how changing, because that's a change of mindset, change of doing things. It's we talk about as well the element of transformation of doing things.
So I think it has been taken quite positively, especially, of course, the other airlines to discuss as we have with them have been very happy with the development, because this is an industry transformation. We all have to do this at some point. We see also the value from the travel agents when we have new content. Of course, there are always the little bit sensitive road on the new distribution capabilities. Some stakeholders don't want to move there as fast as we would like them to move. But then you have the new capabilities, the new products available on NDC that also then motivates those partners to move forward and take these steps. And I think this is really the important that we can show the value, that there is real value. We have real products for sale. It's no longer PowerPoints. We were discussing that. Always looking at the same material, never anything happening. But now it's happening. It's live. It's in production. It's making money. So that is the important thing for us, definitely.
Okay. And now we have less than a few seconds left. So to end this Q&A, much more, if anything, like any recommendation as you have to reflect on this journey and that you can share with the airlines here in the audience to make this transformation successful, no?
I think one thing is the starting point. So what we did on our side was that we actually started changing our business processes before we started the system implementation. So we started doing things with our pricing, we started doing things with our sales organization, all of that before we have the new technology in place. And I think that's one important step. I think the value of the technology should be obvious for everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's should be easy enough to make a positive business case out of these because they work great, they create value and improve the customer experience. So that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you talked about the business case, which is probably one of usually the questions that, a lot of airlines saying, when I go to my CFO, how, build the business case for the transformation.
Yeah.
Antti, Yannick is stressing me on time. And, okay, so thank you very much, Antti, for joining me today. We have a lot of things coming into the pipeline with Finnair, and hopefully we'll have further opportunities in the future to talk about them.
The next steps.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.